Welcome students, I am Raman Singh Chauhan. We are going to study today's topic cohesive energy. Cohesive energy. What is cohesive energy? That is the amount of energy which is required to pull the crystal apart into a set of free atoms is called the cohesive energy of the crystal. Means if we want to tear apart, if we want to set free all the atoms of a crystal, then the energy required to set apart or to set free all the atoms of the crystal and keep them or move them to the infinite distance, then the energy required in such case is cohesive energy, or we can say cohesive energy is equal to energy of free atoms minus crystal energy. So what is energy of free atoms? That is when atoms of the crystal are far apart and they are not interacting with each other, they are free. In that case, the energy of individual atoms taken together will be the energy of free atoms. Then crystal energy is energy which is required to form the crystal. That is crystal energy. And the difference of these two energies gives the cohesive energy. So cohesive energy is the energy gained by arranging the atoms in a crystalline state as compared with the gas state. So if we are going to make crystalline state, then the energy gained by arranging the atoms in the crystalline state is called the cohesive energy. We can say insulators and semiconductors have large cohesive energies. These solids are bound together strongly and have good mechanical strengths. Means how compact or how strong the bond is, the more cohesive energy is. That is, we can say the cohesive energy is energy between the same type of atoms. Means the energy between the atoms of the same crystal which are interacting with each other and forming the crystal, that is called the cohesive energy. And metals with electrons in the sp bonds have very small cohesive energies. So the metals which are having electrons in sp bonds means there is one s electron and one p electron overlapping, they gets hybridized and form sp bonds, they have very small cohesive energies. So now we can learn what is cohesive energy. It is the energy that must be supplied to the solid to separate its constituents into neutral free atoms at rest and at infinite separation with the same electronic configuration. And what is the lattice energy of a solid? Cohesive energy is supplied to separate the constituents of free atoms, and lattice energy of a solid is the energy that must be supplied to an ionic crystal to separate its constituents into free ions at rest and at infinite separation. So that is lattice energy. Now in a particular solid, the energy difference of the configuration of atoms compared with that of the isolated atoms is called the cohesive energy. This we have already talked about, that the cohesive energy is equal to the energy of free atoms minus the crystal energy. So we can say that this is the energy difference of configuration of atoms with that of isolated atoms. Means when we are talking of configuration of atoms, that is we are considering the arrangement in the crystals. When atoms come together and form crystal, then that is called the configuration of atoms, and the energy associated with these configurations is called the energy of configurations of atoms. And when we are taking isolated atoms, it means when atoms are free, they are separated and they are at infinite distance, so that they are not interacting with each other. There is no interaction of one atom with the second one or third one and so on. Then the atoms are called isolated atoms, and in this case the difference of these energies is called cohesive energy. Cohesive energy in solid ranges from 0.1 electron volt per atom for solids with only the weak van der Waals interactions to 7 electron volt per atom or greater in some covalent and some ionic compounds and some metals. Now we can take the energy of a crystal is lower than that of the free atoms by an amount equal to the energy required to pull the crystal apart into a set of free atoms. So we can say that energy of a crystal, when crystal is formed, then the energy of that crystal is less than the energy of free atoms, and the energy which is required to pull apart the crystal and to set into free atoms is called crystal binding energy or cohesive energy. Here we will consider an example. This is crystalline NaCl is much more stable than a collection of free Na and Cl atoms. Here in the diagram or figure we can see this is a chlorine atom Cl, and this is a natrium or sodium atom Na. So when Cl and Na are combined, then NaCl is formed, and this is the crystalline form of NaCl. So NaCl is more stable than free Na and Cl. When they come together, they form crystalline NaCl. So we will consider some more points about cohesive energy. Solids are stable structures, and therefore there exist interactions holding atoms in a crystal together. So when we are considering solids, then we know that solids are stable, and so interaction between the atoms of crystal together take place. In NaCl, sodium chloride is more stable than a collection of free Na and Cl atoms. This implies that Na and Cl atoms attract each other, that is, there exists an attractive interatomic force which holds the atom together. This also implies that the energy of the crystal is lower than the energy of the free atoms, because when it goes to stable configuration, then this occupy minimum energy. Now we will consider cohesive energy. We can see here EC is equal to EA plus EI plus EL, where EC is cohesive energy, EA is electron affinity, EI is ionization energy, and EL is latent energy. What is electron affinity? We can see electron affinity, when some electron is added to an atom, then energy required to add this electron is called electron affinity. Ionization energy is energy which is required to ionize or separate one electron from the atom, neutral atom. And lattice energy we have talked about, that is energy of setting apart the atoms. Now we can say Na plus Cl. In this NaCl, sodium chloride case, we will consider Na plus Cl is equal to Na plus Cl minus plus Ec. Means when we are adding Na plus Cl, then Na plus and Cl minus, NaCl is formed, and cohesive energy is released. Here we can see ionization energy Na plus Ei, because when we are making this Na to Na plus, then we will make sodium ion, and for sodium ion we will apply some energy, that is ionization energy, for forming sodium ion. So we will find Na plus Ei when we add ionization energy to sodium, that is equal to Na plus, that is sodium ion, plus electron, and this electron is added to chlorine, E minus plus Cl, that is equal to Cl minus plus Ea, because when an electron is added to chlorine atom, then the energy which is released is electron affinity. Now here we can see or find out the potential energy for sodium chloride atom, that is U is equal to minus alpha 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught E square by R plus B upon R raised to m, where alpha is Madelung constant and m is integer number. We will talk about Madelung constant in other lectures. For R naught, the equilibrium position between the ions, when ions are at equilibrium position, we will find potential energy U naught in case of equilibrium will be equal to minus alpha upon 4 pi epsilon naught E square upon R naught 1 minus 1 upon m. U naught is cohesive energy, that is the energy per ion to remove the ion out of the crystal. Now we will talk about the forces responsible for the cohesion of solids. Means what forces are responsible for cohesion of solids, that is that interaction of atoms in a crystals. So first one is Coulomb force. What is Coulomb force? We know when two charges are interacting, then the force between these two charges is called the Coulomb force. So this is the major contribution of the cohesion of a solid. It is the attractive force between electrons and the nuclei. You know, electrons are negatively charged and nuclei is positively charged. So the interaction between electrons and nuclei is attractive, and this gives the major contribution for cohesion. Magnetic force, this has a big contribution to cohesion, that is because of magnetic or the alignment of domains. Then third force which is responsible is gravitational force. It has a negligible contribution to cohesion. So here we can see that major contribution is from Coulomb force. Now we can classify the solids due to their cohesion. So there are four types of solid we can define due to cohesion. One is van der Waals crystals, for example argon and other noble elements. Second is ionic crystal, that is NaCl and other corresponding structures. In van der Waals crystals, noble gas configuration is involved, and the noble gases or noble elements get interacted and due to van der Waals crystals. In ionic crystals, ions are combining together and electron or from one is donated to the other. In metallic crystals, for example sodium, this is the third classification, and covalent crystals, for example diamond, where electrons are shared. And in metallic crystals, one electron is shared with all the crystal atoms. So here we can see crystalline argon due to van der Waals force. This diagram B shows sodium chloride, which is ionic crystal. This is metallic sodium and this is diamond, which is covalent atom. So crystal of noble gases, we will talk about. The noble gases form the simplate crystals and crystallize as closed packed FCC, that is face centered cubic, except He3 and He4. These crystals are transparent insulators, weakly bound with low temperature melting point temperature. The atoms have very high ionization energies. Van der Waals interaction. The total potential energy of two atoms separated by a certain distance is due to two attractive and repulsive contributions. Attractive potential energy is adopted model. It can be shown that induced dipole moment, interaction between atoms of noble gases has an energy which is inversely proportional to 6th power of separation of two atoms. So, in attractive potential energy, that is inversely proportional to the 6th power of separation of atoms, and repulsive potential energy when two atoms are close enough, and when two atoms are coming closer, then after a distance they started repulsion, so that the charge distribution could overlap. Such overlap is repulsive energy. This repulsion is due to the Pauli's exclusion principle. In the overlap of charge distribution, the electrons from atoms will have the chance to occupy states in the other atoms and vice versa. So, this is attractive and repulsive potential energy. So, this is all for the cohesive energy today. Thank you. We will cover our next topic in next class. Thank you.